here's this woman named Hillary. She's a young teenager probably still, but anyway, her name is Hillary. She sent us this email saying this. She said, I'm currently on the wait list to start the intro class. In the meantime, I have continued to listen to the blog, and I just had one of those lovely aha magic moments that happened to exactly coincide with what Tony was talking about in how to get where you want to go a couple weeks ago. He spoke about letting children be who they are and actors returning to that childlike state. This really hit home with the big hurdle that I need to get over regarding my own adolescence. As a young teen, I was kind of chunky. I just was. And as I got older, I left my awkward stage and moved on. But I have spent so much time since then judging my younger self for being fat that I forgot that I was also a badass. I was a hilarious, creative, awesome kid who loved to write and perform and had lots of friends and didn't really care too much what others thought. And when the ugly duckling turned into somewhat of a swan, I was so afraid and judgmental of my perception of what I used to be that I shut down a lot of the great qualities that went along with the extra weight. I stopped writing. I was always concerned with what others thought. I realize now that I have to celebrate everything I am and everything I was, not fear it or stifle it. My teenage self had it going on. I just think that's like so forward thinking. And I read this to the class last night because I just got it over the weekend. And then we worked, and then one of the students there had an epiphany at the end of her work. And one of the things I'm always saying to the Canadians is I think they're too nice. Like they definitely, in their work, they're very, they're just too nice. They don't allow themselves to kind of tip the apple cart emotionally or get aggressive or be on the edge. And she started crying at the end because she realized, you know what, she said, I realized she's like, I never even knew this before. When she was young, up until like her mid-teens, she said she was so mean. Like she was like, I was the mean girl. She was the mean girl. And she obviously was punished for it and told that she couldn't be that and also stopped being that and had a lot of shame around it. And so shut it down and shut it off. And what's interesting, you guys, and what we're trying to learn as we heal and open up and start to express totally who we are is all parts are connected to all parts. So you can't shut off one and not expect that it isn't also directly linked to all the other stuff, because it is. And you know, I also had an epiphany thinking about that, because even if it's unconscious, so in this case, that was a huge aha for her, as it was for this woman writing this email. But when you shut off parts of yourselves, and you don't examine it, you are giving and expending so much energy in the resistance to that thing that if you actually would just not create judgment and shame and guilt and grief around, you'd actually be serving that energy up in a healing way, in a cathartic way, in an active way, in a creative way, in a self-expressed way, in a no longer perceiving yourself only through those eyes. Which then leads me to the last thing that I was saying to the group is, I find that actors really have two phases in their lives. Well, there's many minutiae of many phases, because it's so silly just to say there are only two. But I think that they can all be broken down to this, because I think when I say this, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's totally true. In all areas of your life, whether you're a writer, you're a director, a producer, an actor, whatever. But since we're dealing with acting, you have these moments when you first start acting and you think, can I do this? Can I do this? I can't do this. I can't. That's phase one. So half of the journey is I can't do it, I can't. That's what sometimes the 20s is all about. That's a decade of I can'ts. Then maybe you come into this new phase, which is I can do this, I can do it. But also, you don't say it like that. You say it, oh my God, I can. Well, I can, but I can. That's a whole new phase. And it triggers a whole new set of misperceptions that are based on a lot of these things, weirdly, that they brought up. Which is what I'm always saying. You guys, you can't apply where you were to where you are now. You can't apply a third grade lesson to when you're in the 7th grade. You've already got the 3rd grade lesson. You got to get the 7th grade lesson. So a part of it is not, I think it was Einstein who said you cannot solve a problem at the level in which it was created. So I think we have to, I think to me it's all about coming full circle to, all these parts in me are all here to show me something. They're all part of my experience, they're all part of my journey, they're all actually what makes me a unique artist. And as Juliette Benesch just recently said, somebody posted on my Facebook wall, I should have pulled down that whole quote because it was amazing, and read it tonight. But one of the things she was talking about, again, not teaching acting, and I don't believe it can be taught, so it's amazing when I get confirmation of those things that I really inherently believe. But she says it is all about assisting people to become open to. Becoming open to. And becoming open to is also becoming open and allowing these parts that you compartmentalize and judge and shut down that are a necessary and needed part of your journey. So, forgive it, forget it, bless it, use it, express it, create with it, share it, love it, use it. Okay, that's all I have to say.